Welcome everyone back to Ark Survival Evolved. We are back today with a base location tour. Now before we begin, I do want to say that I think that this is probably the best base location on the center. You guys can already tell we are in the underworld. A lot of this area is times 6, so you guys know about this cave. But I think a lot of people don't realize that this cave is not fully times 6. And I honestly have never seen this location fully built out with tech and stuff like that. Now the base I do have in here is just a mock-up base. It's not like an actual base tour. This is more like a location video, so you guys can kind of get an idea of some of the things you could do in this area. Because obviously you would have turret towers out here, which I do not have. But if you guys stick around to the end, at the end of the video, I will be going back through the entire base and showing you guys exactly the areas that are 6 times and the ones that are not, all the ones that I have found anyway. As you guys can see right here, this is not 6 times. But let's begin. So the first thing I did was obviously put the behemoth gate in front of this entrance. And the issue I had right away was that there was the gap right there on the top. That's why I put those little boxes right there. Obviously, I wouldn't have 2 tech jennies on top of each other like that. Again, it's just like a little mock-up thing. It kind of makes it so I can build stuff a little bit faster. I have multiple generators like that. We have a little turret tower right here, a little turret wall anyway. If you come on inside, you guys can see that foundation, the entire bottom of this. We have a little tech building, which I just put a few random vaults. If I come in there really quickly, I'll show you. There's like a force field and stuff in there. I thought this would be a good spot to have a force field. Obviously, we have a lot of turrets here as well. Oh, this one's offline, turn that back. Now, my idea was to have this area be like a decoy almost. Have this be like, look good enough to be like an actual base, but have it be more of a decoy. That teleporter will actually take you to the main base area, which when you guys see the main base area, I think you guys will see why this area is so good. And none of this in here is times 6 either. Now this is the only spot I was able to get like an actual like hanging chandelier turret tower. I tried for about 45 minutes to an hour just around this entire roof and stuff and just nothing. This is the only spot I could get to actually connect. So we're not going to use the teleporter. I'm going to take you guys all the way through the actual cave. We'll end up using the teleporter when we come back here though. But you guys see I have a Pachyrhino right here. Obviously anything can fit in here in the terms of Parasaurs, Stegos, Pachyrhinos, like any type of soaker, but the only thing that I have been able to get to fit through this part right here where it dips down are Pachyrhinos. Now obviously if I was actually building here like on a server, I would spam this area right here with just nothing but just complete spam. Like your railings, your spikes, all that stuff. Make them waste as much C4 as possible to get through this, because this is a lot to get through. Can you imagine having this just completely spammed with something? That'd be a lot of C4. And then I did do some of it right here at the top. I put a turret tower up there, which you guys can see. It's more of a turret wall. I did do some spam here to kind of give you an idea of some of the stuff I had going through my head at the time. And I put these spikes here because I thought, you know what? If someone doesn't want to bring packies through here, because you can bring packies right through here, they'll just grapple over all this stuff. Well, that's fine, I guess. Let them. They'll get shot by the turret tower, but if they fall, they're gonna fall into some spikes. So that's just like a little mock-up I had, a little idea I had. But right here we have another little turret tower, a little turret wall. As you guys can see, there's not many turrets on it though. There's only 32. In the back, we have another little small turret tower as well, so they do get through that. They'll have to blow up a few more structures to actually be able to tank this out. Now the next part, this is very vital, and I actually messed up on mine, which when we get there you guys will see why. And again, this is just a little random mock-up just to give you guys an idea. Obviously I used a few tech generators throughout this build, so you guys might not be able to do that. But this spot right here, this is why this area is incredibly insane. And like I said, make sure you guys stick around till the end, because this is where we'll be testing the 6 time stuff. So you guys want to know where the 6 time damage is and where it's not, like again, stay till the end. So I actually had to stop flying because I can't fly through this. I have to walk and crouch. You have to crouch through this thing right here. Like, look at that. I can't walk through this. I have to crouch. And my mistake was this little wall I have right here with a few turrets, including a few tech. Back this up. Don't put this right here, because if they get a packy right here, 100%, they'll be able to tank out some of the towers. So if I were you, I recommend backing this wall up just a tad, just a few feet, just where the packy actually cannot tank it. Or maybe put the turrets on medium after you back up a little bit, and their Pachyrhinos gonna be completely pointless. They won't be able to tank that. And in my opinion, I think that this will be very hard to even flak run as well, especially if you have that back even a little bit more. If you try to crouch down with flak to run this with a few people, only one person's gonna be able to fit through here at once. I doubt you'd be able to fit 2, and even if you can, they're gonna die pretty much instantly. But this is a very big key choke point for this build, so make sure you spend a lot of time on this area if you do end up building here. So we're gonna fly again. I'm gonna go behind this little wall I have. So if I was you guys, I would probably back it up to where either I have that tech generator or maybe one more foundation back. That'd give you a lot of room to where the packy should not be able to tank it too much, if at all, and if someone tries to flak run it, they'll get shot the minute they crouch. Because that was my idea at first, was, you know, if they're crouching through that wall down there, they need to get shot right away. But anyway, let's continue here. So we're gonna keep going back here. And again, all of this I would have completely spammed. Leave yourself a little path to get through to fill turrets, whatever you need to do. But all of this I would have spammed completely. And if we come back here, again, there's a huge flat area right here, which we have a little building, which I just threw up for whatever reason. I'm not sure what I actually had planned for this. But you can put whatever in here, do whatever you want. Right here, I actually only have 88 out of 100 turrets, which you guys will see why as we get through this, because obviously there's not 88 turrets in this area, but there's a few tech turrets. Now this is where we start getting to the main base. I'm gonna walk. Now again, the billboard stuff, the spikes, all that stuff, it's just random spam just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of some things you can do. There's some really good builders in this game, and I'm sure someone can come up with just a crazy design for this spot. So now this is the start of the main base. Now if we walk up here, this ramp leads up to the main base. As you guys can see, what I did was I put a few foundations up there, and I put turrets up there, so they shoot down. You cannot flak run those. Someone would have to get a tanker in here to be able to tank those, and that's going to be extremely hard to do. That's why it's very vital when you get past that choke point I showed you guys right there, you have to crouch, that you have as much spam as possible so people can't get down transmitter. If they get down transmitter, it's going to be bad. You need to make sure that's really protected down. But this is the start of the main base. So if we walk up here, again, this is just a little mock-up design that I did, so do keep that in mind. But here's our other teleporter that leads to the front of our little cave. This is the area I decided to put the main base because I only had to put turrets on 3 of the walls, not 4. We have a replicator, we have another transmitter right there. We'll go inside the base really quickly. I can kind of show you guys a little bit of it. Because obviously you could build it taller too. Like there's a lot of room in here. You could put aberration platforms in here if you wanted to. You know what, let me get one really quickly. As you guys can see, you can put platforms in here if you want to. You can do whatever you want. And this is where I would have the main base. This is by far the best spot to put your main base. Especially if you can keep people from getting transmitted down, further down where that little choke point was. They will never be able to tank this. I don't know how they would. As long as you can keep spamming foundations, how are they going to place the transmitter, you know? It's not going to be possible. They're going to have such a hard time getting through all this. It's not going to be worth the time. Now, the one thing that I'm sure some of you guys are already questioning is, where is the dino storage? Where are we supposed to put dinos at? Well, let me show you guys, because this spot also comes with a nice little area for a dino storage, and I mean a lot of it too. So there's only 2 entrances in this actual cave. I'm going to show you guys both of them. You guys already saw the one, and now we're kind of heading towards the second one here as well. So let's come back here. Now again, this little path, again, I would spam as much as you can with stuff just to make it harder to get through. Because a lot of it, you guys will be on foot if you build in here. At least that's how I would do it. I'd make them have to use as much explosives as possible to get through here. This was just a little wall I put up for turrets as well. I put these 3 up here in case someone to try to do grapple or something. I don't know. I just thought it'd be a good idea to have 1 or 2 up there. And you can see all I have are just turrets. I just have turrets all facing one direction because this is the only other way people can come from. And this, guys, this is where you would store your dinos. Again, this is just a mock-up, but I think I did pretty well with it. You could hatch your dinos in here, obviously. And then I use all the wood stuff like people normally do for caves. But look at the space above me. I didn't even go all the way up with this. I only did 2 levels of this. And look how much room I have right there. Now you could replicate that, what, 3 or 4 more times easily to go up as high as you want. And that's all dino storage. People have their own ways of doing it. I put a little elevator in here though. As you guys can see, this goes up. We have the transmitter. I did try to fit a tech teleporter in here as well, but I didn't have any luck. I think it's just the way I kind of built it with the ramps and stuff like that. I'm sure maybe one of you guys can come up with a better design to actually be able to fit a teleporter actually in here. But as we come up, this was the other idea I had. So you could go up another 1 or 2, maybe 3 times if you wanted to, but the top of it's right there. And I thought, because people can bring packies through this side as well. So that's why I did it this way. I put the hanging towers again. So if someone is to jump off with a packy, first off, they're going to jump off the packy, otherwise it's going to take an insane amount of damage if it falls that far. And they're going to get shot by all these turrets. I didn't put tech turrets on these. You could obviously if you wanted to. But I think that this is a pretty good design for this because they're really spaced out. It'd be really hard to tank these. So far, you guys have seen that there's enough room to store a ton of dinos in this cave. there's enough room for a huge tribe to actually, like, a huge tribe could be built in this cave and have no issues whatsoever. There's plenty of room for all of it. Now, this next spot, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm almost pretty sure that you can fit a squid in here and keep a squid as well. So let me show you guys this next spot, because this is the next spot people can come from. And you could also, before I continue, sorry, you could have a garden right here as well. I'd put a garden here, I just didn't do it. But if we come over here, you guys can see this is the other entrance, and it's water. So as you guys can see, this is the other entrance to this cave, is this water path, which honestly I think would be more annoying to try to come this way to attack this base than the other way. But right here we have our little turret wall right there. There's a few turrets on there, obviously, that shoot down into the water. We have the ones on the little hatch frames as well. Now I did put a vacuum in here as well, which we're gonna go in there right now. Just kind of show you guys that. Just because you kind of want to have a little fun with it. I put a tech generator in there. And obviously, as you guys can see, there's more to this build that I think just is going to make this spot just so much better. But it's right in here. I feel like if you put a transmitter down, you could get a squid in here. I do think so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you could. So I might want to test that and find out. But what I did was I decided to space out the turrets in here as much as I possibly could. As you can see, I do have like a little tower right here with a few turrets on it. Not too many though, just a few. And then I have them on pillars against the wall, and they're pretty spaced out. Now, this is the entrance to the other side of this cave right here, which I'm going to come up. Careful with, watch your eyes. Gamma 4 is on right now. There we go. Okay. So here we are. You guys can see where I am right now. This is the other entrance to this cave. So now what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to go back through. I'm going to show you guys all the spots that I found that were ×6, and we're going to go from there. And then you guys can really judge what you guys think of this area. And you guys can let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think, what you guys would change. And then I really hope to see some of you guys build in this area, because this would be a really cool base spot to have. So as we head back here, so just to kind of recap, so obviously there's enough room to house multiple dinos in here. Like you could have hundreds and hundreds of dinos in this cave. If you are like a mega tribe or whatever, maybe you're playing on a really high rate unofficial server, this would be a very easy spot to build up in very quickly, as long as you have the turrets and the tech. Obviously, everything I used was tech generators for this build, but this isn't like a build video. This is just a location video and give you guys a little mock-up view of it. Actually, I didn't show you down here. It's just random pillars, though. Now, I did not walk a Packy through this path right here to see how far it could actually get through, but it really doesn't even matter. The amount of cakes that you're going to have, I think, and the amount of just stuff you're going to have to even get to this part is going to be incredibly hard, especially when they have people online. And the other thing is, with this area that you have, if you have teleporters in here or even a transmitter, you can bring in T-Rexes, Gigas. You can bring in anything you need to defend your base that the attackers just cannot get in unless they get a transmitter down. That's why it is super, super important that you make sure you have enough spam going out throughout this cave where they cannot get a transmitter down. If they get a transmitter down right in this area, your base is probably going to go. You're probably going to lose it. So 1 C4 to the metal foundation does, look at that, 11,456. So obviously this is not ×6. We're going to continue to go inside here. So now we're inside our gate. We're actually inside the actual cave. So I'm going to place one right here. I'm going to place one. And that's 15,000, all right? So this entire cavern right here is not ×6. You can use this just like a normal base spot. So let's keep going back. So now we've left that area, I am going to test this foundation right here. As you guys can see, not ×6. Let's keep going. We'll do one here at the base of this ramp. Not ×6. Got flatty over our little spam we have here. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I just want you guys to realize how insane this cave actually is. Because it'd be very easy to spam. It'd take a lot of explosives to get through a ton of spam. Put right there. Oh, I broke our spikes. So far, everything I've showed you guys has not been ×6, which is actually insane. That's a lot of space to work with, and very narrow passageways and stuff that people have such a hard time to get through if you spam it. All right, we'll do this one. As you can see, not ×6. I'll put one right next to our base, or on the base actually. Not ×6. You can see that's not ×6, right? Okay, so I'm gonna come up here. Yep, so this area right here is ×6. So from somewhere from here down, the ×6 zone kicks in. So all this from here all the way up, from where I'm standing, for sure is 100% ×6. It doesn't mean you shouldn't build here, though. A lot of people that build in caves, it's already ×6. So why not build in a cave that where three quarters of it is not ×6? This up here should be ×6 as well, which it is. And I believe all the water is ×6 as well, too. So let's go in the water really quickly. So even though this is water, It is ×6, but it's water, so it's going to be really hard to get through. People can't just use rocket. They can't rocket run any of it. But anyway, as you guys can see, this is the only ×6 area out of this entire cave, is the water. And if we come over here again, so this wall would be ×6. But with all these turrets here, I don't think it would be easy to blow things up. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think it would be, especially if there's people on defending. It'd be really easy to defend, especially if you get a squid in there. Can you imagine having a squid in there? That'd be insanely insane. And even if they get to this part, so if you don't build that structure up too much higher than where I have it, and you use that for dino storage down there, even if they get here, what are they going to do? Are they just going to drop dinos off the cliff? Like, I don't think so. They're going to lose them. They'll die to the turrets. But anyway, guys, that is the base location. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully for some of you guys can see just the potential this area has, because this is a lot of room to work with. A lot of it's not ×6. There's a lot of resources down here too in the underworld too. You can get metal down here and get everything you need down here as well. And I really hope in the future that I can see some really crazy base locations here. I'd love to see someone make a video with an actual good base location. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please hit that like button for me and also subscribe for more content. And I will see all of you guys in the next video.
I wanna live, I'm cold inside. Give all I have just to feel alive. I'll fight to live, I'll fight to strive. One day I'll have